absolutely. Absolutely. With the amount of miles we've done, with the shifts that we've had to put in, I know I picked the team, but those boys out there that are working for this club, whether they're working for me, it doesn't matter, but whether they're working for this club, they are working very hard. I was going to say something I shouldn't have said, but they're working very hard.
What were you going to say?
I'm on camera, so I've got to be careful.
What did you particularly like about the performance?
Everything. I mean, I don't keep banging the drum about the young back four, but the young back four are learning. They're learning really quick. I thought that was the best performance of the back four today. They were edging when they should edge. They were dropping when they should drop. Ashton held up Dane Richards, who's a very, very dangerous footballer. If you dive in, he's gone, and it's sayonara. I thought he was excellent. I thought Jeremy. I mean, lads, I can go through the whole team, but I mean, Jeremy gets walloped on Wednesday night. He just goes to the neurosurgeon on, what was it, Friday, and there's no chance of him playing. But he wants to play. He got cleared. He got cleared by all the doctors. He did his work yesterday. He got up this morning, felt brand new, pinged me, said, "I'm good to go, coach. Let's go." And we have a little mini crisis because Daniil goes down. He's got something wrong with his, like a reaction to, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. You have to ask the medical team. But that's why Daniil wasn't included today. And then, literally, as I was putting I'd actually written the team sheet out, I had to take Julian out because he had a stomach problem. So, Reggie comes in and at a moment's notice, works really, really hard. Changed them over a little bit. So I've got nothing but praise for those lads. It's staggering the amount of work that they do from front to back. And, again, the front two were fantastic.
Well, the defending on set pieces has been sort of a problem where in the past, but today it seemed to be spot on. What's been the difference at the end of working on it?
Yeah, no, it's just work. I mean, the football is a simple game, and you've got to put yourself in the best position. Whether you're zonal mark, whether you're man-to-man mark, whether you're half man-to-man mark or zonal mark, you've still got to attack the ball. You've got to have players in the side that want to get to the ball before the opposition do. And when you've got the likes of Thierry and Kenny Cooper going in there, who are monsters in the league, big problem. It's a massive problem. So you've got to want to do it. You've got to want to get your head cracked open for the cause, and that's what they did.
And at the other end, obviously, you scored on the set piece, but also had, 3-4 good chances.
Yeah.
And you almost scored just before half-time.
Yeah. I think what you can recognise a little bit is, it's not beautiful flowing football, but we're a little harder to beat than we have been in the past. And I think that if you become a hard team to beat in this league, and you stay in the game, and with the likes of Ryan and Danny and Torsten with his service, you might be able to nick something. But if you put yourself out of games, and I said to the players a few weeks ago, we don't want to get a reputation to being soft on set pieces. You definitely don't want that reputation. The teams can score on your set pieces, and I think it's not done and dusted yet. But I think we're sort of we've come a little way. Let's put it that way to quelling that thought.
Well, Thierry already seemed to be at his craftiest today, moving around.
Yeah, clever.
Your team seemed to deal with him well.
Yep. Well, we did. I was a little concerned when he dropped because what we tried to do. Dax is a clever little player, and what they do, they build with the three at the back. So Dax drops in, and then if you split the two strikers so they can take care of the back four, then Dax drops in, and that becomes a problem. So Terry was the one that went high on Dax. So then you create that little bit of space in behind, where you've got Torsen in behind, and then you had to tuck Reggie and Eric inside a little bit, so that it does give you the outside to come and attack you. So you've got to be on your game. You've got to be, your heart and lungs have got to be flying. Your brain's got to be ticking over all the time, and your brain's got to keep those legs moving. So and that's the shift that the lads did, you know. So collectively, I thought we did it pretty decent.
A few minutes after Cooperman slams through on goal.
Yeah.
Like it's tough. Is that a situation where you want the player to go down?
Well, it's a very good question. I'll switch it around. Reggie's a young player, and he's a very honest player. Let's put it this way: I think some players throughout the world would go down because, if you want to be candid, you know, we're playing 10 men then, and you know, in our position that would have been probably nice, but you know, my hat goes off to him. He wanted to continue. You know, I think the tug sort of upset his rhythm a little bit, because when he gets going, he's difficult to manage. But I mean, we certainly don't encourage that. But you see it in world football, don't you?
With Julian, was it just a stomach bug?
Yeah, he literally came in at let me get my timings right, 5:30. And he just said, you know, I've been managing this all day. I thought I could go, but I can't go. So what we did, we sent him out. We put him in the green room first, give him a little bit of work, and then I said, well, look, go out and do the warm up. I said, what I'll do, because you need 100% in the system that we're playing, with the tempo that we're playing now. You need people to be 100%, especially with the work that we've done, the travel and the games. So I just said, look, if you can give me 20, great. I said, well, I'll just drop you to the bench. And you know, he came in and gave us a good shift for 10 minutes.
And with Daniil, I recognize you can't get into a lot of detail. Is it an allergic reaction? Is that what you mean? Or?
What I'm thinking, here's what the doctor said to me. He thinks something maybe got to him at training, whether it's on the grass or, I don't know, handshake. I really don't know. And he called Corey at 3 a.m. this morning. He went to the emergency. So they give him some pretty decent drugs, and I certainly don't want to ask a young player to play in those circumstances. So we just took him out.
What situation Joao Plata?
Earl Cochrane dealt with it at half time. That's all I've got to say about it.
How you spoke with him after that, and he said he's going to leave on Monday.
Really?
Yeah. And
Oh, where's he going?
He's sure that he's going to leave for going to Quito,
Really?
or he's waiting for another.
Holiday or for a vacation, or what's he going to do?
He said he's going to go to training.
Really? Oh, good.
He said that
Maybe he wants to be the manager. You can tell me what's going on then.
yeah, he's going to.
I love that when 19-year-old kids come in and tell the press what's going on. Isn't that a wonderful situation for me to be in? Is that a wonderful situation for me to be in? A 19-year-old player is telling me that he's going to, and I know nothing about it.
That was he told me. After
Good.
he got off
Okay.
the
Well,
word to say that he
well, all I can say is that Earl Cochrane, who's my go-to guy on transfer situations, never mentioned anything to me about it.
How was his injury?
Well, he tweaked his hammy. Let me get my timings right. Was it last week Friday? I mean, you don't come back from a tweaked hamstring in a couple of days, especially an explosive player like Joe. So the last thing that I want to do is to force him to get out there and blow it. I don't want him to blow it. There was a moment today when Julian went down. I thought, well, shall I put Joe in? But Julian said he could give me some minutes, so I thought, well, I'll leave the experienced designated player in, because you know he's played a million games and he knows how to close games out. So it definitely came into my mind, absolutely. But the medical team said he could probably go, but I think it's too risky because the amount of training he's done,
Last question for Paul, guys.
What do you think of Logan Emery's tackle?
Well, Logan Emery, for me, is a bit of an unsung hero. He's one of those guys that go underneath the radar. He's sort of very, very quietly goes about his business extremely well. He's grease lightning fast. He's got a beautiful left foot. Positionally, he's learned his trade really quickly in MLS. I thought he was unlucky to be sent off in Montreal. When he made his, I think maybe his debut. I thought he was played fantastic that day. And I've been waiting for him to come back because it brings balance to the back four when you've got a left-footed Ashton, a left-footed Logan, and a couple of right. Well, Jeremy, to be fair, has got these two great feet. And then you've got Eckers, who's, let's not forget what Rich is doing. He's stepping inside for us and doing a great job for us. So, Logan's is a complete package. And all he's got to do is get games under his belt and realise that he can play against the best. I firmly believe that when I saw him in Orlando in pre-season. It took me 15 minutes to see what he had. And, playing against Danny Mwanga, who's, again, grease lightning fast, playing against Mattox from Vancouver, who's grease lightning fast. And he stayed with them. So, if you've got pace at the back, which we've got pace at the back, we didn't really come under any trouble from Dane, Thierry and Kenny, I thought for a young back four, again, I thought we did a super job.